Yeah, we'll see if we can get this guy in Sweden. I'm gonna try it barefoot. This guy's modulation is so horrific. Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike. Kilowatt 1 Golf Mike Mike. Okay, Pierre, thanks for picking up the call. You are 5757 into Vermont, and the name is Steve. Sierra Tango Echo Victor Echo. Over. Seven three. Thank you, Pierre. 7-3. You gotta love this. You gotta love this freaking antenna system. Holy mother. This thing is like a walk in the park.
You're 5-4, 54 in Gothenburg, Sweden. His name is Pierre, over.
Trying to figure out my audio is very hot for some reason. I don't know what's going on. I recorded. Ooh, that's why. Okay, let's roll that back. Whoa. Okay, guys, that should be a little bit better. Hopefully, my audio is a little bit better. Yeah, it was cranked in the sound card. So, how's everybody doing? Let me close this. Close 2 tabs. Alrighty then. Okay, how's everybody doing today? It is Thursday. Thursday, right? So we have a life hacks, and my audio still seems to be a little crunchy. So you guys let me know if my audio's like over modulated, deviated, whatever on the stream. Should be okay. Who's in here? MMX2. What's going on? Trying to choose between FTDX 3000 DX or 7300, both same price. What would you pick? Oh, dude. I'm actually thinking about going to an FTDX 3000. You want my honest opinion? Depends on what you're going to do with it. What you want it for. I think the audio, to be honest, I don't know. I haven't heard any FTDX 3000s that sound as good as a 7300. I haven't, and I listen a lot. I think the audio chain in the 7300 is superb for only being a 2.9K bandwidth wide transceiver, but bang for the buck, dude, I'd have to say the 3000. Because I'm actually thinking about making them. Chuck can tell you. I think Chuck's got a 3000. Oh no, he's the wrong Chuck. W2CSI. You're a different Chuck, but good afternoon. It's afternoon now. So Peter, good to see you. Ian. Ton of bass. I can fix that. So let me get my... Okay. So I did some... 2 months old, has CW filter. Yeah, plus it'll go out to 4K wide, which is a huge plus. So I'm rolling off the bass a little bit here. So that should be a little bit better. Let me know if it's still OTT, but I want to hear from multiple people because it depends on the systems you're running. Okay, let's move things along. I'm wasting time, valuable time. Okay, life hacks. We got to do our life hacks. Okay, W5 LST sounds good there. Awesome sauce. Okay, it should be. I have a low voice anyways, and I like that rumble, so I don't want to yank it out of there, and I'm using the big gun. Life hacks. Thursday, April 18th. Brushing your teeth or doing other small tasks with your non-dominant hand forces the brain to work differently. Your self-control will improve. I kind of doubt that, but that's what that's for. Talk about, yeah. Hey, it's a good place to start if you want to be ambidextrous, I suppose. All right. Some folks have asked me, I've had some folks ask me if I could do a walk around of the antennas. Now, I've actually downscaled a little bit. Right now, I have resonant antennas up for 20, 30, 40, and 80 meters. I believe 40 meters is the kill box right now. Now, granted, let me show you this. That was a Sweden you heard a little bit ago. And I've been testing this thing barefoot, this Delta Loop, and I changed out the phasing harness based upon what someone had suggested, and they had a typo. So, bless his heart, he was kind enough to help me, but it turned out to be no help. Because after I changed the phasing lines out, he told me there was a typo. He meant 213. Here's the problem with these phasing systems. I believe if you're going to play this game, you can go with what looks good on an analyzer, but it's still going to come down to testing. Now, he recommended 213. I'm running 75 ohm quad shield on it, right? So this is on the 20 meter phase Delta Loops. What I ended up doing was basically, I don't quite know why you'd want to run 50 ohm coax on a Delta Loop. I don't quite understand that, but he recommended 213 in his final email, but I'm a little confused over the whole thing. I don't understand it. So anyways, I redid the phasing lines based on a 0.83 velocity factor. Now, I thought RG6 quad shield was 0.66. I have a feeling it's actually closer to 0.83 because when I changed out the lines, originally I had them configured for a 0.66 velocity factor. I changed out the lines to a 0.83 and holy crap, did that thing snap into shape. Virtually unreadable SWR across the entire 20 meter band. By the time it gets to about 14,290, 14,300, you can see a little tick come up, probably 1.05 to 1, pushing up towards 14,350. Now, I did eke out a little bit better front to back. It wasn't that impressive on it, but I worked a total of 3 stations since I did this. The first station was it was yesterday afternoon in India. No, a Uniform Tango 1 India Tango, I believe it was. I was barefoot to him, 100 watts. He was running a kilowatt on a that was this morning. I get them all confused. I worked total of 3 stations. He was running a beam, pushing power, and we were about the same signal strength, and I was on 100 watts, right? Now, I don't really pay too much attention to that because if someone's running an extreme high gain beam, they have that capture effect, that receive ability, so they're able to hear better. So you kind of have to take that into consideration. However, this morning I worked a station in Russia. I was barefoot. He was a 5.7 to me on a 4-element monobander on a kilowatt, okay, which is roughly 4.5, not quite. It's more than 4 times the power I was running. I was running 100 watts. He's on a 4-element monobander, and he was only 3 to 6 dB stronger than I was to him. Do the math on that. It takes 6 times the power to go 20 dB, to get 20 dB increase in signal strength, right? So yeah, that freaking thing is kicking ass. It works really, really good for such a simple antenna, way better than the Hex. So anyways, let me kick the video on. I'll do the walk around. Ian, okay, well, if some people say it sounds good, I ain't gonna screw with it. Sounds good here. I think if you're running a subwoofer, it can be a problem. Not that it's a problem on your end. It may have to do with me, but I've never had anybody say that before. And I'm running some big cabinets here, and I check it, and it sounds good here. So, you know what? I'm going to leave it alone. Anyways, let me kick this video on. Indoor mag loop, 2 watts over 1. Freaking mag loops are amazing, aren't they? Here's something interesting. I was listening on HF. This is the 20 meter phased delta loop array. I also reorient it. So to go to Europe from here, I need to point at 53 degrees, and it's pointing right at 53 degrees now. It was actually pointed due east, so it was off by quite a bit. I'm just so completely blown away by that antenna. Stupid, simple to build. Spool of wire and a $16 double pole, double throw relay and a little bit of RG6 quad shield, 75 ohm coax. That's all it takes. Yeah, I swear, and that's been happening over and over and over and over. You ever think if you're actually living in a dream world and like what's actually happening is not really happening, like you're just imagining things? But I dig deep. I always try and get the receiving station's working conditions. You know, how much power they're running, where they're pointed, how high it is, what type of antenna it is, how many elements, what's the gain. Yeah, you can't rotate that. But I can switch it going either northeast or southwest. So that pretty much puts me into, good Lord, all the way from California all the way into South America. So it's not bad for being a fixed bi-directional antenna, one way or the other. Yeah, even a single delta. I'm telling you, man, they're so underrated. And you'll hear me say this all the time. What works for me may not work for you. I don't know. There's a ton of interaction here. I have a huge metal roof on the house. Who freaking knows what's happening with that thing? Any of the antennas here. So I don't know. Anyways, I'll roll the walk around. You guys can take a look at this. Let me get the other display up. And here is the first walk around. There's 2 parts to this. Here we go. Howdy, folks. I can't believe I'm doing this on a day like this, but hey, what the heck. I'm going to show you, I've been having people ask me what about to do a walk around the property and show you the antennas. So this is what I got going. This is the 80 meter phased dipole array. You can see the feed points up there. Okay, at the feed point, these dipoles are cut at about 138 feet long for 75 meters. They're tuned for the DX window, approximately 3770 through 3800. I don't know if you can see it. I'll see if I can zoom in a little bit. Okay, right there at the feed points, I have 8 ferrite rings stacked on top of each other with RG6 quad shield, 2 passes through. And that seems to do an adequate job of choking. I am going to add some ferrite beads to really tie it off, but that's the deal there. They go to that tree. That's the west leg, southeast leg. And then they come across over here up into that tree. That's the northeast corner, northwest corner, right there. Okay, let me show you what's down here. Zoom out. So I got these homemade covers on here. I'm going to go ahead and pop this off. So on the feed line coming back to the shack, I've got these ferrite. This is RG6, old RG6, which seems to work pretty good. I guess it's the predecessor to 213 maybe. Don't know. Not really sure. So pop this. Pop this. Show you what's under here. Okay, so right here, this is the phasing line. This is RG6 quad shield. Specs are on the website, can't remember. I have ferrite beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on each end of it. On the phasing line. And that comes up into, show you what this looks like. That's the double pole, double throw I have wired in. I have a, what do they call that? A bleed resistor up there on the main feed line. All the lines come in. This is basically the phasing line comes in. We got the hot side, the cold side, the relays. The relay flips back and forth. Normally default position on this is going southwest, which is that way, the way they're oriented, and the antennas are oriented to go either southwest or northeast. So that's what that looks like. The control line for the relay comes in right here. That's it for that. So let me see if I can get this. I'm going to go ahead and shut this off, get this tied off here, and I'll show you the pulley setup. Okay, let's try this again. So up there, this is the, you can see the pulley up there. That's for, again, this is for the 80-meter array. So what I do is I take a line, I put it up over the tree. It's about 60 feet. And the line comes up over the tree and that holds the pulley. All right, then the line comes down. It's connected to the end of the antenna. And just hook a couple blocks to it, and it dances around the wind, and as the wind blows, it goes up and down through the pulley, and then I tie it off out of the way. It ain't pretty, but it works great. Same thing down here. You can see that one right there. Those blocks hanging there, and you can see the antenna dancing in the wind. They're just free floating. So that's it for that. So we'll walk up here. See if I can get a shot of the 20-meter array. Zoom out. Same exact pulley setup. You can see over here. Got two sets of blocks. And they are kind of going up and down in the wind, as you can see. Same exact design. And there is the 20-meter phase dipole array. I don't know if you can see it that good. That's up there. That's about 60 feet as well. See the phasing lines now. That one, the relay, is mounted in that little box right at the feed point of the southwest element. Again, this fires northeast and southwest. And you can see the phasing line and the feed line kind of getting blown around the breeze. Probably should secure that. I put a piece of PVC tubing in there, screwed on each end with two guy lines coming out. One's anchored in the ground, one is anchored on the corner of the garage, just to kind of keep it under control, keep it somewhat true as the wind blows, so the elements, the feed points, don't come in and out against each other, because it will affect the SWR quite a bit. So that's that deal. Brief rundown on this antenna. This is quite a remarkable antenna, incredibly simple to construct. I worked 2 stations. One station yesterday late afternoon, about 5 o'clock. It was a Uniform Tango, I believe, UT1IT, Uniform Tango 1IT, barefoot, no problem, blow right through. And I worked a station in Russia this morning that was running a kilowatt on a 4-element monobander. He was 5.7 to me, and I was 5.5 to him on 100 watts. Now, if you extrapolate that, that is what, 4.5, roughly a little bit more than 4 times the power than I was running, and I was only 6 dB down to him. That is pretty remarkable on a 2-element beam. So yeah, it works. I did modify the phasing lines. I changed them to a 0.83 velocity factor. Compared in SWR is virtually unreadable. It starts to creep up maybe to 1.05 to 1 at the top end of 20 meters, but very, very broadbanded, perfectly resonant, approximately anywhere from 8 to 12, 8 to 15 dB front to back. It's got substantially more gain than it has front to back. So, all right, moving on. Moving on, folks. The 40-meter boomer. I love this antenna. These are the twin. This is a parasitic array. It uses open stubs. That flies at approximately 50 feet, 55 feet. Uses open stubs instead of a phasing harness. I found this to be incredibly good. This is my baby. This antenna system has basically allowed me to go to punch into Europe on anywhere from 50 to 70 watts with an equivalent signal report of 400 to 700 on a doublet. Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Also easy to construct. 38.6 feet, 140 feet on the wire lengths. For the loops, they are equilateral triangles. You can see the feed points right there. There's one dangling right there. The other one is right there. That is spaced 20 feet apart. The 20-meter delta loops are spaced 10 feet apart. Okay, RG11 on this. RG6 quad shield on the 20-meter array and the 80-meter array. I haven't noticed a big difference between the RG11 and RG6 quad. RG11 is really good stuff. I would use that if you could, but it's also very heavy, so if the antenna's way up high in the air, you're going to have a lot of drag on it. Here's one of the blocks that goes up to the pulleys, up in the top of the tree. Well, it's not on the top, it's about maybe 2/3 of the way up. And 2 blocks over there. You can see one block kind of dancing around. That's the block on the other end. And you'll see a block, see that block hanging there? Kind of dancing around right there, swinging. That's the other block. That's it. This also uses a double pole, double throw relay, which is mounted in that box right there. Feed line goes to the shack as well as control line. One more antenna. I've downsized. So let me get over here. Go over to this. I just put this up yesterday. I'm going to redo this. The coil on it, it's not right. Basically, it's a helically loaded 30-meter vertical, 3/4 wave vertical, helically loaded with 13 feet at the base. And it goes up, all the way up to the top of that tree, 60 feet. And initial testing very, very good, but it ain't right. So this has the folded counterpoise on it. As you can see, these wires right here, and this is from the 160 meter L. So I'm going to take some 30 meter radials, run them out along this wire, and probably run one out to the south. And I don't think I'll pull one out here. I may maybe hook it to that pole right there, just to give it a resonant radial set of radials to push against. I don't know, depends. Was heard all over Europe, out into Russia last night, on anywhere from 5 to 40 watts on FT8 on this. So the only thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take this coil right here. This comes into the hot leg of the Ballon. This is a Ballon designed 1-to-1. I think it's a 5 kW choke. This I'm actually going, I was doing some reading, and you can take a 3/4 wave on 30 meters, sorry about my fingers, a 3/4 wave on 30 meters, and you can put a coil in at the base and basically run a 5/8 wave vertical, right, which is roughly 60 feet, and you can take approximately 13 feet of wire as a 3/4 wave, and you can build a loading coil. So what I need to do is I need to dismantle this. I don't know the pitch yet, but I'm going to adjust the pitch and space these out so I get the proper loading to get it to load. The SWR is a little off. It's about 3 to 5 to 1, somewhere in there. Not quite right. So I think once I do that, the thing will snap into shape, but it seemed to work pretty good. That goes up the tree. That's it, folks. Have a super duper day, as our old friend Barney the dinosaur would say. We'll catch you later. That is it. Sorry to bore the living crapola out of you. I'm just responding to hey Lauren, what's cooking? Good looking? How the heck? Lauren is such a sweetheart. I can't believe she jumped in here. Yeah, so, over the period of the past few months, not a lot of folks, but they're like, hey, can you do a walk around so we can get an idea? It's one thing to talk about this stuff or see a diagram of it, but to actually see it in free space and see what's going on, then I don't know, maybe it helps a little bit. So, we got a couple more things I'm going to run through. Maybe it'll give you some ideas, but a lot of people have asked me, how do you get the stuff up there and how do you keep it from coming down? That's why I spend so much time on the pulley setup. Now what I didn't mention is I usually use, oh, bummer, Lauren. Lauren, are you still running an inverted L? You were running an L loaded off your roof or something, weren't you? I'm not sure if that's what you're referring to. Oh, no. No, Lauren, it's been a long time. Carport, that's it. It's been a long time. I was running a 160 meter inverted L, as the guys know on the stream, through the winter, and you're actually primarily the one that. Thanks, Zach. And it was an ugly day, man. Wind's blowing. I didn't even know if the microphone would be wiped out from the wind noise. It was a little rough there, so my apologies. But I figured while I was in the mood, you got to do it. If you're in the mood, just do it. I want a shirt like that. I want a shirt that says that. That'd be a nice t-shirt, wouldn't it? Maybe even a mug. Let's see. Thanks for the compliments on the drum set. That is a Premier Resonator kit from Rod Morgenstein, believe it or not. They're his drums. From about 1985 or 1986, somewhere in there. Maybe 80, I think it was 1985. A story I shared on a previous stream, which I'm not going to share again. So, yeah, I ran the inverted L. Yamaha, I think it's Yamaha. Didn't they just come out with a new kit? Oh my God, thing's wicked. Absolutely wicked. I think that's the one I saw. Oh, me too, Lauren. I'm trying to get my chops back. I'm an abomination. I posted a link to a song I recorded, Rush Subdivisions. It's on the video prior to this one. So if you go in my YouTube channel, you go into the comments section, there's a link in my Dropbox of a song I recorded at that. Let me get out of the way. You can see the monitors back there. That's actually a production setup. I'm running Cakewalk by Band Labs, and I've started playing again about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago now. So I had to relearn. I tried to relearn. I really hacked it up pretty bad. But yeah, if you want to hear it, just be nice to me, Lauren. There's no EQ on the kit. Everything's out of whack. It sounds like I'm beating the crap out of cardboard boxes. I just did an audio mix down after I recorded it. Found a drumless track of Subdivisions. I used to be able to play it to a T, but man, what a mess. Anyways, what was I talking about? Good heavens. I get so excited when I haven't talked to Lauren in so long. Hey, Brennan, how's it going? I don't know. Ham radio. You guys count the number of ham radio operators you know that are either musicians or photographers. Check out how many ham radio, and I'm both. I'm a retired wedding photographer. I don't know what it is. And there's really nothing artsy fartsy about ham radio, I don't think. No, yes, I play acoustic guitar. I grew up playing bluegrass, actually. Good old Flat and Scruggs, everything from Flat and Scruggs all the way to more of your country pop genre like James Taylor, stuff like that. G-Smart, Lauren, we're going to have to collaborate. That's okay. Electric guitar, that's what I... download a piece of music production software. I'll cut some drum tracks and fly them over to you, and he can throw some guitar parts on them. I'll just throw together some grooves. I'd love to collaborate with someone back and forth. That'd be cool, as Abed from the show community would say. I am digressing severely. I'm crazy today. I'm just wired right up, tighter than a piano string. Couple things I want to show you. Let me move on to that. I picked up a couple very cool things. I actually used them on the music end of things. And you see that wooden, where am I pointing? See that wooden, it looks like a speaker sitting right there? That is I call it a reference monitor. It is superb. Superb. You can get them for about $100 a pair. They're powered. They have EQ built in, and they're made by Edifier. And I was thinking, all the talk about the ESSB stuff, right? You want a good monitoring system to listen to the ESSB audio of some of these guys. You want a really sweet sound and speaker setup on your rig. Here's a way to do that. You can take like on an ICOM 7300, I have the audio coming out of the radio via the USB cable into the computer, and it comes in and communicates for the digital modes that way. Well, you can listen to your radio through the computer, so you can plug these speakers into the computer. Now, there's going to be a little latency there. You can bring a line directly out of your speaker out of, let's say, your radio, but you're going to have to pad it down. So you need a what's called a line level pad or converter. Dirt cheap, you can get them off of Amazon, whatever. Just to pad it down before you bring in the speaker. So let me show you the speaker. So these are the Edifiers. The fit and finish on these things, I can't believe they're $100, and they sound freaking killer. The fit and finish on them is absolutely top shelf. They're beautiful. Sound fantastic. This is the right-hand speaker. I wasn't going to take apart the other one because it's all plugged into the computer for the music end of things. But you could run a pair of these on SDR console for your radio, running on your HF set. Put your HF set into pseudo stereo in SDR console. There's a setting to do that. Flippin' cool, man. It creates a stereo image out of the monaural audio. I played with that. It's very cool. Grill. Plop the grill on. And they just look so nice. What a nice, what a super quality addition to a station. Anyways, that's that. Second thing. Beautiful headphones. I've been in the music industry up until 9 years ago, since I was 17 years old. I've been a session musician since I was 17, live performing artist on drums, studio musician, ran a professional recording studio for 15 years or more. Can't remember, it was so long. Recorded groups from New York City and all kinds of stuff right here in the shack. I don't know if you can, no, you can't see it. There's a window right in front of me, and that's where the control room used to be. This used to be like the sound room, sound stage. These, picked up a pair of these. I think these are about $30 a pair. They're made by OneAudio. Excuse me. These are beautiful. Of all the freaking headphones, including like AKGs, high-end studio headsets, $30. These things are cracking headphones. How you doing, Greg? They come with 2 different cords. The sound quality, the bass on them is awesome, but they're not OTT. I can't pick up any type of coloration to them. The audio sound, the high end is absolutely superb. They're light. They kind of, they kind of, whatever, kind of fold up into themselves. I don't know how. There we go. They fold up. You could take them with you in the field. But I'm telling you, I'm going to actually use these freaking things to mix down the music. That's how good they are. They come with two different cables. One cable plugs in this side of the headphones. And this plugs into a standard, it's got a nice coil cable. It's pretty long, which is nice. With a 1/4 inch. Very handy for like your equipment that requires big 1/4 inch cables. Of course, you can always put an adapter on it, whatever. The other cable is for like an Android device or an iPhone. Those funky cables, they have a tip ring sleeve. They're like a 4 conductor. The other cable goes into the other side. So there you go. Anyways, I figured I'd show you guys that. About $30 for that. $100 for the speakers. You don't need an amplifier. Trust me, they sound beautiful, even if you want them for music. God, amazing for their size. They're really, really good. And they're accurate. They seem pretty accurate. The last thing, let me show you this. What did I do with it is the next question. Oh, good heavens. I closed it. Let me pull it up. This is the last thing I got. Now, if you want your ESSB stuff on your station, or you just want this for music, whatever, I picked up one of these as well. This thing kicks ass. For $130, I'm running this on the on the music production end of things, just to give me, because I got to know what my kick drum's doing. I got to know what's going on, like down around 40, 60 hertz, somewhere in there. It's not going to crack the plaster on the walls, but it's very, very good sounding. Probably the best bang for the buck on the market. So if you wanted a killer slash music, because I know a lot of you guys are hooking your radios up with this, with your pan adapters and stuff like that. If you want to really appreciate the ESSB audio, the guys that are running, 4, 5, 6, 7 kilohertz wide, or even 3 kilohertz wide, but they're able to pass like the 7300, they can pass audio at like 60 hertz. Hell yeah, man. This will make that audio, it will just be so much fun to listen to. So I figured I'd throw this at you guys. See you later, Brennan. That is it. I'm getting out of here. I just wanted to just crank through a bunch of that stuff. Get on 20. 20 has been roaring all day. I can't believe I'm not in there just, knocking around. Signals are still pretty good. 20 has not been opening up. Anyways, anybody see if there's any questions that I missed. I don't think there is. I just wanted to address them before I shut down here. Okay. All right, that's it. All right, you guys, have a good day. We'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope this gives you somewhat of a picture as to what's going on here, as crazy as it is. All the best. Maybe back later. I'm going to kind of watch 20, and if it really gets cranking, I'll probably be back. MMX2, I didn't get your name, by the way. You're going to have to remind me of your name. Tintillo, hey man, what's up? Ian, 7-3 buddy. Lauren, pleasure as always, man. Lauren's has always been the sweetheart of the All-Star system. Haven't talked to her in a long time, so hope you're feeling okay too. I'm not. Ron, very good. That would be cool, Lauren, wouldn't that? You know what I tried, Lauren, is Jitsi. I tried Jitsi. That was a disaster. Plumbed into the stream. It actually worked, but getting everything to... Yeah, I wasn't impressed with the Jitsi stuff. Boy, I got a tickle in my throat, so I'm going to go. I'll catch you guys later. Oh, hold on. God, I got such a bad tickle. Look at that pan adapter. Such a bad tickle in my throat. It's killing me. Anyways, ESSB, Ian. Randy, see you later. I may be back later today. God, this is really amazing. Headphones, let me change this and see if I can... I'm going to just take a look through 20 here. Is it here? Okay, Lauren. Yeah. Let me get over here quick. Let's just see where these signals are coming from. I'm just curious. Signals aren't that good. My AGC is at 60, and that's not good. A lot weaker than I thought. It's funny, they look good on the pan adapter. It's so sensitive, but Holy crap. That's Amir.
Victor Echo 3, Yankee Delta
Man, he is
Hotel calling.
booming in here. That's Amir out of Israel.
There's a Victor Echo 3 calling.
Holy mother. That is phenomenal. I can't wear the headphones. Shoot. I got to switch this over quick, guys. The audio is going to go dead. I'll see if I can actually... I doubt... I want to try him barefoot. Wonder if he'll hear me barefoot. That would be a haul, barefoot, Johnson. Okay, I got headphones. Oh, I bet he cleared. Shoot, he cleared. Dadgummit. Ah. I'm sitting here running my fat mouth, and I should have been listening on there. That would have been a great test. That was a good signal from him. That was one of the best I've heard in a long time. When you get Middle East in here like that, that means the band is in pretty good shape. Dang it. Yeah, he's clear. Gotta be kidding me.
You're coming 58 to 9 now when I am pointing into the right
20 Italy, Kilo.
But 5 Romeo, Lima Papa, CQ20 over.
No, he's gone.
CQ20, CQ120.
Yes, I have
Quite a good station there indeed. Thanks for the contact, Ward. Nice to meet you. We'll not hold it long here because I'm not on for very much longer.
All right, you guys.
The head.
All right. I can't believe it. What a tool. I never said I was smart, and you'll never hear me say that. Get in there, work the radio. 20, we've been waiting for conditions like this. This morning it was cranking. So get in there, work the radio if you can, guys. Take it while we can get it, because I'm telling you, it's not like that every day. We'll catch you later. 7-3. I'm out of here.